Welcome back to the Mogul Motives channel, where today we plunge into a vulnerable topic, the spiritual lessons learned from failing in business. Entrepreneurship, my friends, is a wild ride. Picture a roller coaster. One moment, you're at the peak, the world at your feet. The next, you're plunging into a valley, your stomach in your mouth, questioning your every decision. It's unpredictable, exciting, and yes, sometimes terrifying. I've been on this roller coaster for years now, and let me tell you, I've experienced those dizzying highs and those stomach-churning lows. I've stood on the mountaintop, basking in the glory of a goal achieved, only to find myself, soon after, in the shadowy depths of failure. And failure? Well, it can feel like a punch in the gut. It shakes you, rattles your confidence, makes you question your worth, your abilities. I've been there. I've felt that shock, that disappointment. It's a tough place to be, but it's also a place of immense learning. A place where you grow, where you evolve. When we're on top, when everything is going according to plan, it's easy to believe we're invincible. We get complacent, we lose sight of the challenges that shaped us, the failures that forged us. But when we stumble, when we fall, we're reminded of our humility, our humanity. We're reminded that we don't have it all figured out, and that's okay. Failure also builds resilience. It's like a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it gets. Every setback, every stumble, every fall, they're not failures, they're opportunities. Opportunities to grow, to learn, to become a better version of ourselves. And finally, failure can redirect your path. It can lead you to doors you never knew existed, to opportunities you never imagined. It may not seem like it in the moment, but trust me, sometimes the detours are the best part of the journey. Looking back, failing taught me invaluable lessons that have made me a better person and business owner. So buckle up, friends, because the roller coaster of entrepreneurship is one wild ride, but it's a ride worth taking. Firstly, failure reminds us to stay humble. When you're riding high, it's easy to get an inflated ego, but a stumble, a little trip, a full-on faceplant, it grounds you. It's a reality check, a reminder that you don't have it all figured out. And that's okay, it's more than okay, it's essential. It's in these humbling moments that we open ourselves to new learning and growth. We learn to adapt, to pivot, to dance, even when the rhythm changes. Now, let's talk about resilience. You know, that gritty, tenacious, bulldog tenacity that refuses to quit. Failure is the ultimate fitness test for resilience. Thomas Edison, the man who invented the light bulb, he didn't fail 1,000 times before he found success. No, he found 1,000 ways that didn't work. Each failure, each unsuccessful attempt, it was a stepping stone, a lesson learned, a notch on his belt of determination. Each setback is a setup for a comeback, each failure a foundation for future success. And then, there's the magic of redirection. Picture this, you're on a path, it's familiar, comfortable, but suddenly an obstacle appears. It's daunting, it's unexpected, it's a failure. But what if that obstacle, that failure, is actually a detour sign, pointing you towards a path you never considered? A path filled with opportunities you never imagined. That business partnership that fell apart, that venture that didn't take off, it's not the end of the road, but a fork, a chance to explore a new direction. But perhaps the most profound lesson from failure is the practice of surrender. It's a reminder that despite our best efforts, we are not the sole architects of our journey. There are forces at play beyond our control, a universe that has a plan, a vision that extends beyond our limited perspective. So we learn to let go, to accept, to trust the process. We learn to surrender our attachment to the outcome and trust in the wisdom of the universe. Failing allows you to practice surrender and trust in the universe's plan, not your own limited vision. Of course, it's easier said than done to extract the lessons when you're down in the trenches of disappointment. I have some tips to shift your mindset during these tough times. First, let's talk about the power of reflection. It's essential to write down all the things you've learned from your experience. Keeping a journal of your entrepreneurial journey will not only help you learn from your mistakes, but it will also serve as a source of inspiration when you're feeling down. It's a reminder that you're constantly growing and evolving, even when things don't go as planned. Next, take some time to disconnect and recharge in nature. It's amazing how a simple walk in the park or a few moments of quiet meditation can clear your mind and renew your spirit. This will help you to regain perspective and focus on what really matters. Another essential step is to seek guidance. Talk it out with a mentor or a trusted friend. They can provide a fresh perspective and perhaps shed light on an aspect you hadn't considered. Remember, it's not a sign of weakness to ask for help. On the contrary, it shows your willingness to learn and grow. Now let's focus on progress, not just the end result. It's easy to feel like a failure when you don't achieve your goal. But remember, every step you take, every little progress you make brings you closer to your dream. Celebrate those small victories. They're proof of your resilience and determination. It's also important to allow yourself to grieve. It's okay to feel sad, disappointed, or even angry when things don't work out. These feelings are valid and part of the process. But don't dwell in regret. Instead, use these emotions as fuel to push forward and strive harder. And lastly, have faith. Believe that the universe is redirecting you for good. Trust that even when things seem chaotic and uncertain, there's a grander plan at work. Sometimes the detours in life lead us to roads we never imagined we'd travel, but they can often be the most rewarding. Have faith that the universe is redirecting you for good. Friends, we all make mistakes on this journey, but how you respond matters most. It's a universal truth that no one is immune to missteps, especially when navigating the unpredictable seas of entrepreneurship. But the way we react to these slip-ups can make all the difference. It's crucial to remember to be gentle with yourself. We often become our own harshest critics when things don't go as planned, but let's flip the script. Instead of berating ourselves, let's use every stumble as a chance to learn and grow. Each mistake is simply a stepping stone on the path to success. Back to the importance of resilience we spoke of earlier. When you face setbacks, it's tempting to throw in the towel. But remember, the greatest victories often come after the hardest falls. It's about getting up one more time than you fall. It's about embracing the challenges, the lessons, and moving forward with an unwavering spirit. Now let's not gloss over the fact that mistakes can be hard, and sometimes even painful. It's okay to feel disappointed, and it's okay to grieve. Allow yourself the space and time to process what happened. But remember, dwelling in regret serves no one. Acknowledge the mistake, learn from it, and then let it go. And here's the real kicker. Every mistake is an opportunity in disguise. It's a chance to learn, to grow, to evolve. It's like collecting puzzle pieces. Each mistake is a piece that brings you closer to the complete picture. Each one is a valuable lesson that makes the challenges worthwhile in the end. So let's shift our perspective on mistakes. Let's see them not as failures but as growth opportunities. Let's be kind to ourselves when we stumble, and let's remember the strength that comes from resilience. Persist in pursuing your purpose. Embrace the journey, with all its twists and turns, highs and lows, triumphs and trials, because trust me, the breakthrough after the storm, the success after the struggle, will be so worth it. I hope hearing about my experiences has encouraged you today. It's so easy to feel alone when we face challenging times, but remember, every entrepreneur has walked this path before you. Now before we wrap up, let's revisit some concepts from our previous video, 5 mindset shifts to become highly successful. These mind shift changes are crucial for your journey as an entrepreneur. Failure isn't the end of the road, it's just a detour leading you to something better. So let's continue the conversation. I'm sure many of you have your own stories of entrepreneurship, of moments when things didn't go exactly as planned. Maybe you've faced similar difficulties, or maybe your experiences have been different. Either way, I invite you to share your thoughts in the comments below. We all have something to learn from each other, and your insights could be the encouragement someone else needs to keep going. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. It's a small gesture, but it helps us reach more people who might benefit from these discussions. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing to the channel. We regularly share content about entrepreneurship, personal growth, and navigating the ups and downs of the business world with a spiritual twist. Remember, it's not just about avoiding failure, but learning from it. It's about growing stronger with each setback and becoming a better entrepreneur and a better person in the process. It's about maintaining faith even when things seem impossible. And above all, it's about understanding that your journey is unique. And that's what makes it so powerful. Your experiences, your failures, and your successes are all part of the story you're creating. And trust me, it's a story worth telling. I believe in you, and can't wait to see all you accomplish on your unique path. So until next time, have a good day, and make it a great one.